Hey, welcome to my channel, A Rose Between Pages. Rosie here. Welcome to my mid-year book haul. So, these books I either got bought or I bought them myself. Majority of these I did not buy. So, basically, I'm just letting you know that during this video, the different clips might be in different times of the day. I might be wearing different shirts. My makeup might be a little bit different. The reason for this is because I get very overwhelmed with these sorts of videos. So that's why I don't really do book hauls that much. They overwhelm me because there's a lot of books to show you. There's a lot of books to talk about. And I would rather prefer to do it in piles. So I am going to talk about 2 piles in this clip. And then we'll go from there because my horror pile is really, really big. You will see that when I get to that. But basically what we're going to do is I'm going to show you the physical books. Then I'll talk about the books that are in my box over there that I cannot be bothered rummaging through. Because 3 of the books that I bought are in that box over there. And 2 of the books are at my best friend Raven's. So I'll talk about them as well. And I'll put the picture of them here when I'm talking about them. So, this first pile, I am going to call it the Raven pile. Because 2 of them he recommended. And one of them I think he would like, if I'm honest. Raven is getting into reading because of me, and he's liking fantasy, and he's like, he wants to get into fantasy, he wants to get into thrillers, he wants to get into crimes, and horrors as well, so I have given him a few of my books to borrow, hence why Misery is not here. So, this is the Raven pile, right, these 2. Raven mentioned this while we was out, and I was being indecisive, so I was like, okay, let's get this. So Maddie bought me this. Raven gave me this because he kept raving on about it, and I was really intrigued about it. At the moment, like, all I know about it is it's about a woman that goes in a mental asylum or something. I'm intrigued. I'm not too sure what The Talented Mr. Ripley is about, but Raven loves it, and he basically wants to watch this with me. I think it's a movie or a TV show, I'm not too sure. But I'm intrigued about both of these. This next one, the reason why I put this in the Raven pile is because I think he would like this. The back of it reminded me of a fiction book. I thought it was a fiction. It's not. Catch and Kill is not a fiction. It's non-fiction. And I, like, the Works was having a sale. Okay? So, I bought 4 books from the Works. I'm not sure if I bought it this year or in December, but we're gonna class it. But it's basically about Ronan Farrow embarking on a routine TV investigation which led into a story until now only whispered about that one of Hollywood's most powerful producers was a predator protected by fear, wealth, and a conspiracy of silence. So I'm intrigued to get to this at some point. Now the second pile, these are my smaller piles of these 2. So my smaller pile is just a random pile. I got this one thinking, I thought this was a love story. Like, I looked at the cover. Tell me if I'm wrong, but it looks like a love story. I know it's not a love story, but the cover with the dandelions, I think it's very pretty, by the way. It looked like a romance, so I was like, okay, I kind of want to pick up a romance from the Works because I've never picked one up. No, it's a crime. It's a crime. So, like, a woman's body lies in the road At first it looks like a tragic accident, but when Helen Grace arrives on the scene, it's clear she's looking at a cold-blooded killing. But why would anyone target a much-loved wife and mother? It's just interesting. So I bought this. That's 2. I'm going to keep a tally of bought and gifted. This one Josh bought me. Josh bought me this one. This is Jonathan Strange and Mr. Norrell by Susanna Clarke. Now, if you've watched the vlog where I read Piranesi, you know I did not like it. I'm sorry, I didn't like Piranesi. It was very confusing for me and it wasn't what I thought it was. The first sentence of this actually caught me, and I told Josh, and I think I'm gonna give her another chance, guys. Please let me know down below if this is good. Because I mean, it was the first paragraph. Some years ago there was in the city of York a society of magicians. They met upon the 3rd Wednesday of every month and read each other long, dull papers upon the history of English magic. See, that sounds interesting. So I was a bit iffy about picking this brick up, but I might give it a go. And then, so I think I was going to either a doctor's appointment or I was going to get something from the shop. And I walked past a Free Little Library. There's 3 Free Little Libraries near me. There's one at the Globe, which I have gone to once. There's the one near the school, which I go past whenever I have to go up to Bramley Centre. And then there's also one near the forest, down there. Tomorrow was in that one. The one near the school. I was like, I have been dying to read this for a while, so I'm gonna grab this and get it. And the thing is, Josh read the blurb whilst we was in Waterstones at one point, and he was interested in this as well. I know that it's about Sam and Sadie, and basically they were childhood friends. They grew up together playing video games, and basically like some sort of spark happens between them, like a romance sparks between them, and I think it's so cute. And it just reminds me of Ready Player One in a sense, because it's like it's got the sci-fi and video game element to it. So me and Josh are looking forward to reading this one. So I shall see you in the next clip when I film it. I do not want to overwhelm myself too much with filming for this book haul, so I'd rather you guys see like the happy, energetic, not overwhelmed Rosie, if that makes sense. So this next pile is my series pile. These 2 Chloe gave me. She bought me this and she gave me this. So weirdly enough, I'm not actually adding to any of my series. I'm not adding on any more series by these 4. I'm actually buying these because they're part, well, Shadow of the Gods is a series that I've been wanting to read for a while, but it is on my series wheel. So Shadow of the Gods I've been wanting to read for a while. Iron Flame because I really liked Fourth Ring, so I have the first 2 of Fourth Ring. I just need Onyx Storm. Pretty sure I gave Fourth Ring 4 stars or something, but it was a very high rated book from me. I did quite enjoy this, even though it's a romancy, and can't wait to read the second one. So very happy that I have these 2 now. And then these 2 Maddie bought me. So I have The Fourth Closet and The Twisted Ones by Scott Cawthorne and Kira Reid Risley. So I now have the first trilogy, the main trilogy of the Five Nights at Freddy's franchise. So I have read Silver Eyes. I quite enjoyed this and wanted the second one. So I have Silver Eyes, Cloth Closet, and the Twisted ones. So very happy that I have a complete trilogy here. That is the series pile. I've got to say, it is a little bit gloomy today. So this next pile is my Free Little Library pile. All of these are from the Free Little Library. So we have The Sister, which is a psychological thriller with a brilliant twist you won't see coming. This is by Louise Jensen. And I like the cover as well as the blurb. I'm not reading the blurbs because this video would be a lot longer than it actually is. And then I got a war one, which is called Her Patriotic Duty by Rosie Medden. And it says it took a lie to set her free. So I quite like books that are surrounding wives of soldiers in World War. Then you have, this is part of a series, is this one. It's called Erin's Child by Sheila Kelly. An enthralling family saga for all who enjoy Catherine Cookson. I'm pretty sure I've read Catherine Cookson before, but not too sure. But it looks tiny. Oh god, the font, I didn't realise looked like that. It's very, like, it's over 700 pages long is this little book, so it's not exactly little. Then, I recently actually bought a book from this author, Taran Mafaru, and this is the Summoner the Novice, and this is book 1 in this series. It says, one boy's power to summon demons will change the fate of an empire. It's the first fantasy I've actually got from a Free Little Library before, so don't judge me on that one. And then you have The Drowning Lesson by Jane Schmiltz. This is a crime. So it just reminded me a little bit of It because of the little paper boat. So yeah, I didn't buy these, but I shouldn't have got them. Making good progress. This is actually going to be halfway through now, is this pile. This is my fantasy pile. Some of these I bought, some of these Josh bought. So, yeah. Some of these Maddie bought as well. Sorry, I was just trying to figure out which ones I've bought and which ones Josh have bought. Right, let's go back to the Jonathan Strange. I'm going to change the tally because I got it wrong with that one. Josh didn't buy me that one because I have proof that I bought it because I have the Waterstones receipt. So I bought that one. So let's take one off of gifted and put one on bought. So, Goblin Emperor. Josh bought this for himself. This is actually quite good. I have actually read this one. Wow, a book that I've read that we hold this year. That's a miracle. Basically, this is about Maya. I can't remember if it's pronounced Maya or Maya. And basically, he's the youngest half-goblin son of the Emperor. He was basically the outcast of the family because of him being half-goblin. His family wasn't goblins, so they were a bit iffy about him even learning about court or anything. His father hated him, he hated his father, his brothers hated him. Unfortunately, something happens, like a ship ends, that the emperor and his sons are on ends up having a massive crash. Basically, you follow Maya in court life, and you follow him getting to know everybody in court, and also get to see what differences he makes and see how he deals with things in court. It's a very interesting political fantasy, is this. I can't remember what I gave it. I think it was like 4 stars. Beekeeper of Aleppo. This is another one that I bought. I really wanted this because it has bees in it and it's about a beekeeper. So I did read the first sentence because, you know, I am scared of my wife's eyes. She can't see out and no one can see in. Look, they are like stones, grey stones, sea stones. Look at her. Look how she's sitting on the edge of the bed, her nightgown on the floor, rolling Mohammed's marble around in her fingers and waiting for me to dress her. I'm taking my time putting on my shirt and trousers because I'm so tired of dressing her. Look at the folds of her stomach, the colour of desert honey, darker in the creases, and the fine silver lines on the skin of her breasts, and the tips of her fingers with the tiny cuts, where the ridges and valley patterns once were stained with blue, yellow, or red paint. Her laughter was gold once. You would have seen as well as heard it. Look at her, because I think she's disappearing. Josh helped me pick this one because I had a pile of books, as I usually do when I go to Waterstones, and I usually read the first sentence or first paragraph of all of them to see if they catch my attention. This one definitely caught my attention. And then this one, I have already mentioned this author. So, basically, before we went to Waterstones, Josh had a look on the website what new releases there was, and he spotted this one, which is Dragon Rider by Taran Mafaru. This is the first in the series as well, and it was just really interesting. It's about dragons, it's about royalty, and I'm just very excited to read this because it's a dragon book. So Josh bought this one. Starling House, I'm pretty sure I got myself. Come to think of it, Starling House does remind me of Lightlark a little bit, but it's not to do with that. It's Alex E. Harrow that wrote this. Alex Astor wrote Lightlark, so they are completely different. Can't remember what this is about. Something about a haunted mansion called Starling House. We'll see what this is about. I also bought this. No, Josh bought this for me because I was looking for this for a while. I've been wanting to read this for a while because I know it's witchy and it's spooky, and there's also like some sort of romance in this. So I'm off to Flame, A Witch to Burn, and I've heard good things about Rebel Witch, which is the second one of this. So excited to read this. And then Maddie bought me The Blade Itself by Joe Abercrombie. I have been wanting to go into a Joe Abercrombie for a while, go into his world for a little bit, because I've just heard good things about his stuff, and I did some research, and apparently if you want to go into Joe Abercrombie's works, you have to start with this one. Right, so this next pile is actually all of Josh's books, so I'm going to class these as gifted, as basically he bought them, but they're going into like our book collection. So I was about to say my book collection because the majority of it is mine, but it's some of the books are his, so you know. So, Empire of Silence by Christopher Ruocchio. I probably fucking butchered that. By the looks of things, it looks like a space sci-fi. I think Josh is excited for that. I will probably have that in a video at some point. Cascade Failure by L.M. Sargas. Looks a little bit like a dystopian, if I'm honest. Apparently it's an emotional and fun ride that you don't want to end. Love this book, apparently. So, then you have a Warhammer called The Fall of Cadia by Robert Raff. Obviously it's Warhammer, so Josh is probably going to be very excited to get to this. And it's a chunk as well.
Which one is that?
Fall of Cadia.
Yes. I do need to read that one.
Then also by Christopher Ruocchio. I'm pretty sure these might be part of the same series or maybe different series. I'm not too sure, but this is Howling Dark. But definitely sci-fi. My dreaded, intimidating fucking genre. Then you have And the Sky Bled by S. Hattie. This one looks intriguing to me as well because it's like, it's different because the name of the author and the title of the book is there instead of all on the cover here. I quite like that. The Rig, I'm pretty sure, is a sci-fi. This is by Roger Levy. Yep, it's a sci-fi. So, looks a little bit like WALL-E. Kind of. But then it kind of reminds me of like Star Wars, the cover does. And then you have In the Shadow of Lightning, which is book 1 of The Glass Immortals by Brian McClellan. McClellan.
You'll get there eventually.
Josh got this because one of his favourite authors, Brandon Sanderson, blurbed this saying, "Great, excellent world building and a truly epic narrative combined into McClellan's finest work to date." I can't say that name.
You will get there eventually. I
can't say that name. But yeah, those are the books that Josh got. Okay, hi. We are on the last pile that I can show you in this video. Can you guess what fucking pile this is? This is my horror pile. Oh, it's insane. It is insane. Some of these I bought. Some of these Josh bought. So yeah. So first off, we have Sally's Lament, A Twisted Tale. This is a dark and twisted Disney tale revolving around the nightmare before Christmas, and it's what if Sally discovered Christmas Town instead of Jack. I bought this myself. I bought this from the works. I really, really wanted it. Then we have The Whispering Dark by Kelly Andrew. This is like a horror romance, so I am quite excited to read this. The main character in this, Delaney, she is deaf, and as soon as I read that she is deaf, it reminded me straight up of the movie Hush, so I'm excited to read this. I got gifted this by Josh. Then we have Night Bitch by Rachel Yoder. Like the next 3, like this one and the next 2 after this one. Not too sure if I bought them this year, but I'm going to include them in this haul. I have heard one of my best friends, Elle, read this and she really liked this, so I thought I'd give this a try. I'm pretty sure Josh got me this. Either Josh or Maddie got me this as a gift. I know I didn't buy this. Now, these next 2, Coraline and Black Hunger, I did buy myself. We're not going to really talk about this, right? This was before I realised what was going on with Neil Gaiman. I bought this before the accusations and everything that happened, that is happening with Neil Gaiman happened. I bought this before that. So I don't think I'm going to do a review when I read this, because he's a very controversial author and some of the allegations have been proven. So just so you know, I don't support him. The Black Hunger by Nicholas Pullen. This is revolving around, I think it's revolving around the plague times, and like the Black Hunger can never be satisfied. Yeah, it's about otherworldly creatures, ancient cults, and a terrifying journey from the stone circles of Scotland to the icy peaks of Tibet. It's a tale that will take us to the end of the world. I bought both of them. Maddie bought me this. This is Tommy Knockers by Stephen King. I recently saw on his name is not How to Train Your Gavin. Gavin Reads It All. I saw this on his story and I saw some tentacle stuff happening. I was very intrigued, but I was like, what on earth? So that's the reason why I got this. And I love Stephen King. Maddie got me this. Next up, I think Maddie got me this or Josh got me this, but I know I didn't buy this, and this is Jarrow's Game by Stephen King. I've heard good things about this. It's like BDSM horror, apparently. Exciting. I got this with my Waterstones card, and this is Mothered by Zoe Stage. I have to say, I went to Waterstones with my niece Megan, and I told her that I had been feeling very mentally not well. And I said I'm gonna buy myself a book, and I got her to choose a horror, and she chose this. It actually sounds really, really good as well. It sounds like a movie that I've read, a movie that I've watched before. Final Girl support group, Maddie got me this. She actually chose this. I chose this while we were in Waterstones, because I told her I wanted a horror and I did not buy. So she chose this for me. And she bought this for me. Next is Tender is the Flesh by Augustina Bastarrica. I have heard many, many good things about this. Like, I've heard that even avid horror readers get disgusted by this. It's a cannibal horror, so I'm excited for this. Very excited for this. And then last but not least, oh wait, I think Josh bought me this. Yeah, he bought me this. And then last but not least, I bought this. This is the Grimm's Complete Fairy Tales. It's like the origins of Disney, and I've been wanting it for months on end. And that concludes all of the piles that was on my floor. Now to talk about the ones still on my shelf. Hey, so these 3 hardbacks were actually on my shelf. I had to move a few more hardbacks to actually get these out. That's why they weren't originally out. I've realised that 2 of the books in this haul actually add to the series wheel, because I didn't actually know that they were series. So Empire of Silence is actually a series with Howling Dark. It's called the Sun Eater series. And this one is a trilogy that Josh got. So I have to add this to my series wheel after this clip. So let's just start with this one. The first book that I want to show you is The Book That Held a Heart by Mark Lawrence. Josh has both of the other 2, which is The Book That Wouldn't Burn the book that broke the world, and now he's got the third one. He's got the last one of this trilogy, so he's happy about that. Then he bought me, because I have the entirety of this series, the Bone season, so he bought me Dark Mirror by Samantha Shannon. This is the newest edition of Bone season. This is the newest book of that series. So, very happy that he got me this. And he also got A Drop of Corruption by Robert Jackson Bennett, An Impossible Murder, An Empire on the Brink. So, just done some research, and A Drop of Corruption is actually the second book in a series. And I remember when me and Josh was at Waterstones, I picked up the first book and was actually going to buy it. Quite a trick, no? Looking a man from such a high room with the windows locked and all, and no one saw nor heard a thing. Very excited for this as well. I thought you'd be able to see the mess behind me, but you can't, luckily enough. I just got these out of my box. So I have a few things to show you. So I have Zodiac Academy by Caroline Peckham and Suzanne Valenti. I've heard controversial things about this, and my best friend Maddie bought me this, even though I can just get this on my Kindle, which I told her that I can get this for free on my Kindle, but she just decided to buy it. Second is Voyage of the Damned by Francesca White. Frances White, sorry. This is actually really good. I have read this one. This is about 12 provinces of Concordia. They go on this ship, and it's like a murder mystery mixed with fantasy. They all have some sort of power, but one of them doesn't have power. And it's really interesting how this is written. There is actually non-binary representation in this as well. It's the spider heir. They are non-binary. I absolutely loved this, and I would recommend it if you want a murder mystery mixed with fantasy. I can't remember if I got this year or if I got it last year, but I'm going to include it anyways. There's quite a few books that I've done that with. Once and Future Witches by Alex E. Harrow. I remember that I bought this. I'm really excited to read this because I've heard good things about this. The Naturals by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. Maddie bought me this. Before I bought this, like the day before, I actually watched a video and the person was reading this and they enjoyed it, so I picked it up. And these two, I can't remember if I got them this year, but we're going to include them. These are from the little library. This is Those Who Are Loved. This is a Greek contemporary. It's set in 1941, and it talks about Nazis and stuff. And then Mad Blood Stirring. You should always fear those with nothing to lose. This is about a prison. So, them two are from the Free Little Library. Right, we only have 2 more books to go, and those are the ones that are at Ravens, so I will have to put pictures of them at the side of me. Okay, so we're on the last segment of this video. I am so proud of myself for not getting overwhelmed and not going away from this video. I went away from this video for 1 day and that's it. Now, these last 2 books, they are at Ravens, but I don't know if I bought them this year or last year. Can't remember, so I'm going to involve them in this video. You've probably heard me say that so many times this video. And that is The Nightingale by Kristen Hanna. Now, Raven is currently reading this and he's really enjoying this, and he's currently reading this because he wants to get it back to me as soon as possible, because he knows I want to do a vlog revolving around this book, which I do. And I told him, just take your time, like, you don't actually have to rush it if you don't want to. Because he's not as big as a reader as me. He's only just got into reading. So, you know, like, he's really enjoying this book though. He's flying through it, and I'm so proud of him. I really am. And then children's block. I can't remember who this is by, but I know I bought it with 3 books that I got from the works. They're both war books, and I'm excited for both of them. So, the end of this video. That was about 50 books that I spoke about there. I'm pretty sure we're on 22 bought. No, I'm gonna say 22 bought and 28 gifted. So not too bad, not too bad. Majority of this I was gifted, so I didn't do too bad. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked it, please make sure to give it a big thumbs up. If you have made it to the end of this video, please comment a book emoji of any kind you want. And I shall see you in the next video. Stay luscious, guys. Bye.